All right, this week the Trump administration has rescinded the 2009 endangerment finding with regards to motor vehicles. What does this mean? Well, the endangerment finding was a ruling by the Obama administration's EPA that said a variety of greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide and methane, are air pollutants that threaten our health and welfare and so can be regulated under the Clean Air Act. But the Clean Air Act was never intended to do this. It was intended to cover traditional pollutants like soot and sulfur dioxide that directly harm human health. It was never meant to regulate carbon dioxide over these distant hypothetical impacts from gradual temperature change. Science never backed the claims that carbon dioxide was dangerous to human health. The damage that we were told was going to happen because of climate change just has not materialized. Data, not model theories and projections, but real world measured data, show that weather is not becoming more extreme. Climate and weather related deaths have actually declined by 99% over the same period that warming has occurred. Plus, emissions from motor vehicles are a tiny proportion of overall US emissions anyway, and vanishingly small compared to global emissions. So, really, there's no evidence that ending the use of vehicles with internal combustion engines would even slightly slow climate change. The endangerment finding has done far more harm than good, so it's a great thing that the Trump administration is axing it. For example, these emission standards for vehicles have raised the cost of a new car to record highs, which ironically made more people keep their older, more supposedly polluting cars for longer, and forced changes to vehicle designs that nobody wanted and wouldn't have made sense otherwise. They put more lives at risk and practically forced more manufacturing of expensive electric vehicles that, let's be honest, also have impacts on the environment and also can threaten human health. Think about the underpowered engines in large bodied trucks, lighter, cheaper feeling materials to save on weight, more and more electronics in cars like that automatic engine shutoff feature that everyone hates. All of it ties back to the endangerment finding. It has robbed those of us who are not rich enough to buy the vehicles that the government pushes, our choice in our own transportation, and all for no real environmental gain. Hopefully, this is just a first step for the Trump administration. They really can't stop here. The Supreme Court needs to overturn rulings like the 2007 Massachusetts versus EPA ruling to make sure that the next climate obsessed administration can't just put everything back. Also, the Trump administration should use the Supreme Court's ruling in West Virginia versus EPA to require Congress to pass legislation if they want any more greenhouse gas restrictions on cars or power plants in the future. This would prevent agencies from being able to regulate on major economic questions that impact all of our lives without specific authorization from the legislature. Right now, what the Trump administration needs to get rid of next is the endangerment finding with regards to power plants. This is so vitally important to stop the insane mass closures of perfectly fine coal and gas plants and to put energy affordability and reliability first by keeping the cheapest, most reliable power plants online so that we can lower electricity and primary energy costs across the board. This is a great move by the Trump administration. Let's push for more.